ॐ हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ शन्नो मित्रशं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहना भवतु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Page number 27. Mantra 7. यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैव बुद्धिजानतः तत्र को मोहः कः शोकः तत्र को मोहः कः शोकः एकत्वमनुपश्यतः moha. When you say alone, it's called moha. But after visarga, when ka comes, we have to pronounce the visarga as ha. Moha ka. Then after kaha, there is a sha is there, shokaha. So that visarga becomes the sha. So kashokaha, double sha. Ekatvam anupashyatah. Yesterday we saw that having studied under the teacher, person who has understood that whatever here is one non-dual self. Same thing. Now, what is the result? What is the prayojana of this? And what he gains? Because Atmagnanam is not the prayojanam. Understand? Atmagnanam is what? Moksha sadhakam. What we seek in our life is moksha. And Atmagnanam gives you moksha. And therefore, what is the fruit? What is the result of this ekatva darshanam. So here in this verse, yasmin sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut vijanatah. The person, 6 case, person, for the person who knows the self, everything is what? In Atma. Yasmin sarvani bhutani. So, in which, Yasmin means in which all beings have their existence. Abhut means existence. That Atma, Vijanatah, for the person who has known himself as all being is in me, what happens? Tatra ko mohaha kashokaha. See, that is why whole Vedanta study is what? Atmavit tarati shokam. Panditaha na anushocanti. Some people can say, Swamiji, I don't have any shock, I don't have any sorrow, sadness, I'm fine with my family, I'm fine with my job, I am happy. Understand? So, in Vadodara we have one Swamiji who studied with Virisatmanamji, Brahmatmanamji, his name. So, Bhagavad Gita start with this only, Arjuna is sorrowful, emotionally break down. And then Bhagavan helps him to get out of shoka, sorrow. So one person started listening to Brahmatmanamji. Then Brahmatmanamji is talking about that. So one day he said, he didn't come for 2 days. Then suddenly 3rd day he came. Then Swamiji said, 2 days I didn't see you in the class, you are busy something. No, Swamiji, every day you are talking about this shoka, sorrow, sadness. I don't have any sorrow in my life. I am happy. I have wonderful my partner, my children are excellent, they are studying, my job is also excellent, I don't see any sorrow in my life, Then Swami said, that's okay. Then why did you come today? Whenever you talk to Vedanti, you have to be careful, because logic always is going to be there. Then Swami said, why did you come today? So, no, I thought 2 days all this shoka is over, so something new will be there. So today I'm coming. So when you say I'm fine, you are fine with roti, kapda, makan. Understand? What you are telling I am fine is what? Externally everything is fine. But there is a fundamental problem. That's why Swamiji's small booklet is called Fundamental Problem. And that fundamental problem is for every human being. It's not for Hindu or Vaidika or Sanatan. Understand? And as long as Arjuna also was thinking that everything is fine, Bhagavan didn't open his mouth. Understand this? When he confessed, that the shoka is there. That shoka is what? Eating up my mind, eating up my indriyas, Nahi prapashyami mamapanodhyat yachokam uchoshanam indriyanam. Yachokaha. That's sorrow, which is bothering me. And I don't see the solution in this world, not even the world above, Suranam cha adhipatya. Even if I get the kingdom of heaven, I don't see the solution of that sorrow. Iha amutra phalabhoga viraga. We have to understand. Soka samvigna manasa. So there is a basic sorrow is there. And that sorrow is because of what? Moha. Delusion. wrong conclusion about yourself, about the world, about the creator. Everywhere. Moha means vaichitya. I always give the definition for moha, 3 definitions I have. Vaichitya means you don't see what it is. So, first definition is what? What it is you don't see, instead of what it is, you see something else. Like Rajju Sarpa. It is a rope. Instead of seeing the rope, because of the not enough light, you see the snake. Not only that, then what? The second definition is what? What it is, understand. How it is, we don't know, and we superimpose something else on it. Understand? जो जैसा है वैसा नहीं देखते. जो है, that is what it is, you don't see. The rope you don't see, you see the snake. Second is how it is, जैसा है. जो जैसा है वैसा नहीं देखते हैं, उससे उल्टा देखते हैं. How it is, we don't see, and instead of that, something else we superimposed. Atma is what? Najayate mriyate va khadati. Never born, never gone. But still we say what? I am born, I am going to die. Understand? How it is, what is the quality. The third one is where it is you don't see, and where it is not there you see. जो जहां है वहां हम देखते ही नहीं है, जो जहां नहीं है वहां हम देखते हैं. Exactly like this yellow flower. When you say this is yellow flower, is this flower yellow? Is this flower yellow? We all learn this in the schools, What is that? There are 7 colors in the sun rays. Did you learn it or not? Okay. So, 7 colors in the sun rays. Correct? So, color belongs to sun rays or the flower? जो जहां है वहां देखते नहीं है, जहां नहीं है वहां देखते हैं. Understand? Yellow flower. Flower does, any object in this world has no color. Understand? Then why do I see yellow color here? Because these flower petals have a capacity to absorb the red color and reflect the blue and green. In India, when they teach paintings and all that, they say there are 3 basic colors are there: red, blue, and yellow. That blue, this cyan is different. That computer things are different. Understand? मूड रंग कहवाय. लाल पीड़ो ने वादड़ी मूड रंग कहवाय. That's in Gujarati. Lal means red. Pído means yellow. And vadadi means light blue color. They are the basic colors. Understand? What other colors? They are the combination of these 2. Red and yellow mix up orange. Yellow and blue mix up green. Blue and red mix up violet. So any object, when you say this is red, that means what? These petals absorb the blue and yellow rays and reflect the red. And that's why you see red flower. You understand what I'm telling? So when I say this is red flower, it is moha. Because redness doesn't belong to the flower at all. So from the standpoint of Atma, it is same. Atma is not body. We take Atma as body. Aham deha. I am body. I am mind. Understand? Then Atma is not born. Still we say, स्वामी जी आपकी बर्थ डेट क्या है? Not born. Still we say, I am born. And what belongs to Atma, we don't see. Atma is nirvikari, not changing. Still we say what? Swamiji, I am old. Oldness belongs to body. I am not. Swamiji, you talk this Vedanta is fine. I am old. I can't remember. You are not old. Understand? The oldness belongs to the body, not Atma. That's called moha. Don't understand what it is. Therefore, and that moha is there because of what? Avidya, not knowing the self. But there also is what? That's not like ignorance of our local things. We already discussed that. If you don't see the rope, there is no superimposition of the snake. If you see the rope, there is no superimposition. You see something is there. Samanya Gnanam. What is that? Instead of telling this is rope, you say this is snake. That means what? Half knowledge is dangerous knowledge. I know I am. Nobody can say I don't know. I am conscious. But what is that consciousness? I am body, I am born. So there is a moha is there, born of ignorance. Agnanena avrutam gnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. So this is not simple ignorance. This ignorance causes the delusion, moha, understand? And that brings the sorrow in life. And therefore, person who has vijanataha, person who has understood the true nature of the self as all beings are in the self, tatra ko mohaha kashokaha. There is no delusion, there is no sorrow for that person. Why? Ekatvam anujanataha, anupashyataha. Again, anupashyataha, understand. There is no self-guru, Swayambhu Guru. Aajkal, if you see in India, a lot of Swayambhu Gurus are there. All his students or her students having his photo or her photo in house, life size. We have to ask her or him, which photo do you have in your room? Do you understand what I'm telling? There is no Swayambhu Guru. In Gujarat, we have one sampradaya going on, half Hindu, half Jain sampradaya. And the person who started this, he tells, in 1959, I was sitting on the Surat platform, and sitting there in meditation, I realized. Sitting on the Surat platform. And there he is internationally known person. In Hindi they say, बोलता भी दीवाना और सुनता भी दीवाना. That's how human beings understand. Like in America, you can sell anything, understand? From here, they are selling Coca-Cola, understand? In all, they drink this. In India, we use that one to clean the toilet, understand? I'm not joking, I'm telling you. Anything you can sell. You have to be good commercials. Ekatvam anupashyata. Anu means what? Studying under the traditional teacher. Without traditional teacher, there is no knowledge. That's why Shankaracharya very clearly said, Sarva Shastra Gnopi. Even though you are a very intelligent person, you know all the scriptures, Swatantrena Brahma Anveshanam Ma Kuryat. When it comes to the Brahma Gnanam, Swatantrena, independently, don't inquire into the Brahman. Anveshanam Ma Kuryat. See, as far as yourself is there, you can get up to that. I am witness consciousness. But you are all pervasive consciousness. How are you going to know? That's why I said what? Yasmin sarvani bhutani atma abhut. For whom every being is the self. I am Brahman is not the Brahmagnana. All beings are me, for whom, when he has known that I am, my being is all beings, for him there is no delusion, there is no sorrow. Why? Ekatvam anupashyata. He sees one non-dual self in everything. What is that self? You are telling this is the self, this is the self, and you already gave the contradiction. He is near and he is far. So what is that lakshana of this Brahma, Atma? So next, eighth one, he is telling, Kim lakshanam. What is the lakshana of this, the self? सपर्यगाच्छुक्रमकायमवर्णम् अव्रणम् सपर्याच्छुक्रमकायमव्रणम् अस्नावीरगुं शुद्धमपापविद्धम् अस्नावीरगुं शुद्धमपापविद्धम् कविर्मनीषी परिभुः स्वयंभुः कविर्मनीषी परिभुः स्वयंभुः याथा तथ्यतोऽर्थान् व्यदधात् शाश्वतीभ्यः याथा तथ्यात् अर्थान् व्यदधात् शाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः सह पर्यगात् परितः agat, that which has gone everywhere. That means he is all pervasive. Paritaha agat, one who has gone everywhere. Then shukram shuddham, one who is pure. There is no impurities. Atma is what? Pure. When you say I am body, mind, sense complex, that time also you are pure consciousness. You don't have to make yourself pure. Akayam, this stool body, this gross body is not you. Avranam. Avranam means what? Vranam is wound. So, Shankaracharya said akshada. That means cannot be hurt. No wound is there. Avranam. Asnaviram. Snaviram means snayu, muscles. There is no muscles. He doesn't have muscles. He doesn't have any wound. Shuddham. Why do you say, already you said shukram. Then why shuddham? Why? Because avidyadi dosha is not there. Shuddha means what? Avidyadi dosha, malinta. There is no impurities of avidya. Apapavidham. never hurt by the sin. Papa means punya also we have to take. Understand? From the standpoint of Atma, there is no papa, there is no punya. Why? Where there is a kartutva, there is a papa and punya. But Atma is akarta abhokta, and therefore there is no papa and punya for Atma. Not only that, this is all from the standpoint of Upadi. Shastra is telling this is what that means. Shuddham, also we can say avidyadi dosha is in the mind. So akayam, avranam, asnaviram is without this stool body, gross body. Shuddham, apapa viddham, because kartutva, bhoktrutva is the mind, sukshma sharira. So that's why Atma is not sukshma sharira, body, mind, sense complex. Okay, this is not Atma, this is not Atma. Okay, what is Atma? Kavihi. Kavi means Krantadarshi, all pervading, all knowledge, Sarvagna, what we call. He is Sarvagna, all knowledge. This is where we have a problem. Understand? What is Sarvagna? Suppose you say that I know Atma, somebody knows Atma, that means he is all knowledge. If he is all knowledge, then he knows Russian language, he knows French language, he knows medicine, he knows pediatrician. Is it so? Understand this? In Munduknishad, when Munduknishad talk about Ishvara, Ishvaraha Sarvagnaha Sarvavit. These two words are there. Sarvagnaha Sarvavit. Both are same. One is coming from the root na to know, other is coming from the root with to know. From with only comes Veda, understand. Veda means it's a body of knowledge. So then why Shastra says Sarvagna Sarvavit? Why two times? So Shankaracharya said Sarvagna means Sarvam Samanyena Janati iti Sarvagna. And Sarvavit means what? Visheshena Janati. Now what is this Samanyena Janati and Visheshena Janati? So, for any object to know, ek mrutpind gnanena sarvan mrunmayam jagat vignatam bhavati. See the Chandogya Upanishad sentence. Knowing one clay, you know all clay pots. एक सुवर्ण ज्ञानेन सर्वं सुवर्णमयं जगत विज्ञातं भवति. Knowing one gold, you know the all ornaments. That pot example is simple. I know the gold, that means all ornaments are known to me. But do I know the all names and forms of ornaments? So that means what? Visheshena na janati. Any wise person is sarvagna, but not sarvavit. Sarvavit is only Ishvara. He knows every names, every forms, and every use of the object. For any object, three things are there. Understand? Nama, Rupa, Artha, Kriyakaritvam. This is a huge word is there. Artha, Kriyakaritvam. The simple meaning is how it is useful. Artha, Kriyakaritvam means what is the upyogita? What is the usefulness of that object?
Functional.
Function. Functionally. So, suppose you take me to this jewelry shop, half of the thing I won't know. I know this is gold. Understand? What is the name of that ornament? How to use these ornaments? Once in Bombay, Swamiji's public talks were there. Just now I told you, when you talk to Vedanta, you have to be careful. So there was a jewelry shop fellow who was Swamiji's student, and he renovated his shop and made beautiful showroom, new style showroom. And then he learned Swamiji is coming there. So he first day he went to Swamiji and said, Swamiji, this Akshaya Trutya is there. I'm going to have the opening of my jewelry showroom. Please you come and inaugurate that one. Swamiji said, okay. So Swamiji said, okay, after morning class, I will come there. You come and pick me up, and then I will be there. So he went there. And generally, what these shop people do, they will ask these sannyasis, to sit on that main seat. So he prepared that one and asked Swamiji to sit there. Swamiji, first time you are sitting on this seat. It's all auspicious for us. And then all others people, he was well-known person, so thousands of people were there. Then he introduced his son and wife, and all these things were done. And then suddenly Swamiji saw that he was confused, something was going on in his mind, and he was not able to tell Swamiji. And he come to Swamiji, Swamiji, everything is fine. And yeah, fine. After 5, again he comes, Swamiji, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry, I'm fine. Then Swamiji, what's going on in your mind? Tell me, what is there? Swamiji, I'm a little confused. What? What to give you? So it's fine. You can give anything, whatever you want. Okay, Swamiji, do one thing. I cannot decide what you want from here. You take one thing. Then Swamiji, are you sure? Yeah, Swamiji, take one thing. Then second, are you sure? Yeah, Swamiji, whatever one thing you take. Then Swamiji said, sure? Yeah, give me one gold. One thing he said, you give me one gold. If he has to give one gold means what? Whole shop, understand? Whole shop is what? Gold. So, sarvagna, samanyena sarvam janati. But if you ask, what is this ornament called? No. How it is being created? Not known. How it has to be used? Not known. Therefore, Kavi means what? He is all knowledge. Krantadarshi is called. Krantadarshi means see through and through. But Swamiji, Kavi means poet. What we know, Kavi means what? Poet. Actually, any artist is called Kavi. Why? Because artist has a inner vision. What we don't see, they see. That means what? Sees more than, understand, Kavi means sees more than what I see. See all these photographers, they take pictures. We see these things every day. We see this deer every day. But when see the picture of the deer, oh, this beautiful picture. Every the deer is coming to your home. But seeing this picture, you fall in love with that. Why? With that particular angle, particular light, the way he takes the picture. Understand? In Valsad, I go, South Gujarat. There was one very well-known international photographer was there. And lot of international companies were using his photographs for their calendar. They buy that 12 photos of him for the calendar. And most of the time he was there only. Hardly he was going somewhere. In same area only he was moving around. There are some tribal areas are there, and he goes there and takes the pictures. Same area. All the people also are seeing the same things, But he has the way to take the photograph such a way that it goes international. Do you understand what I'm telling? He sees more than what eyes are seeing. Any paintings you see, Sometimes they make simple painting, but it looks so beautiful for us. That's called kavi, krantadarshi, sees beyond the eyes.
Ganesha playing sports.
Eh?
Ganesha playing sports.
In our Venkateshwara's home, there are 6 photos are there. His brother-in-law, we all know Sangeet Ganesha, right? Sangeet Ganesha means what? He's playing mrudangam, he's playing flute. So different instruments Ganesha is playing. It's called Sangeet Ganesha. Known, There always that 8 idols also with the clay also is available. Now, his brother-in-law, what he did, sport Ganesha. Why sports? If you see where Ganesha is playing tennis, Ganesha is playing the basketball, Ganesha is playing the football. Sports Ganesha. Kavi, it's called Krantadarshi. That means we have to become Kavi. We have to see through and through the Nam Rupa. What is there is one non-dual consciousness. Manishihi. Why he is Kavi? Because he is Manishihi. Manishi means what? He has that kind of the intellect. Manisha. It is called Manisha. He has such a good intellect that he can see through and through. Manishi. Then Paribhuhu. Paribhuhu means what? Already we have seen this. Paribhuhu, paritaha bhavati. Iti paribhuhu. What? He is everywhere. Pari means paritaha. Very well. It exists everywhere. Swayambhuhu, not born of something. Atma is what? Ajaha, not born. Swayameva bhavati iti swayambhu, self-existent. What is what we call it? Swatasiddha swaprakasha chaitanya. Self-existent, self-effulgent consciousness. Yathatathyataha. Yathatathyataha means what? As it is. Yatha means as. Tatha means it is. As it is. No change. And Atha means no change, no modifications, no any kind of the change is there. And therefore, Shruti Mata said, Yatha Arthan Vyadadhata. So, he is the one who is everywhere, who is the one who is not born of something, but Shankaracharya said that's why Yatha Tathyam Tasmad Yatha Bhuta Karma Phala Sadhanataha Arthan Kartavya Padarthan Vyadadhati Vihitivan Yatha Rupam. So, he is the Karma Phala Data. Because of this Atma only we get all this Karma Phala. Sarvagna, Sarvavit. Sarvavit he is, means because of him only we are getting all the result of the actions as it is. Yathadatya. You do whatever you do, you get yathanurupam. Yathanurupam means as you perform. So, not only that, Shashvatibhyaha. Shashvatibhyaha means what? That which is never go under any changes. Shashvata. Same as it. That's why samabhyaha. Sama means samvatsara. Samabhyaha, sashvatibhyaha. So, Shankaracharya says sama means samvatsara. Then samvatsarakhebhyaha prajapatibhyaha. So, through this Prajapati, he is distributing this karma phala. Understand? Yathatyatyam arthan vyadadhati. So, through this Prajapati, who is a Shashwati, he is a Nitya, Samvatsara. So, that Prajapati, we have this, see, we only calculate this time by years. But our calculation is Yuga. And then 70 Yuga becomes one Kalpa. And every Kalpa, there is a Prajapati. Our calculation is different. Understand? And therefore, this Prajapati, suppose, see, we say Devatas are Amar, Devatas don't die. Indra, Agni, Vayu, उसको हम अमर कहते हैं. Why? Because during this kalpa, there is no birth and death cycle for them. And the beginning of the kalpa, they are all born. The jiva gets the body of Indra. Till the end of the kalpa, that jiva will continue as Indra. But when there is a kalpanta is there, then that body, Indra body also he has to give up. Understand? That's why Bhagavan says what? Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. And therefore they are called Shashwati, Nitya. From this kalpa, that Prajapati is what? Nitya, Shashwati. Understand? Because we are having a what? Janma, birth, life cycle is there. For them there is no life cycle. Till the end. That's what Gita Bhagavan says, understand? Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Ahaha Brahmanaha Viduhu. Understand? One day, that is 12 hours, understand, is a 1000 Chatur Yuga. That is a day of Brahma. And then at the end of the day, there will be Pralaya. And then again, 1000 Chatur Yuga is a night for Brahmaji. Now, one Chatur Yuga is what? 1.7 billion, right? The billion and lakhs and crores, I always get confused. 4 crores and 23 lakhs. And that 1000, that means 3 more zeros you have to add. There's a 12 hours of Brahmaji. In Brahmaji's 12 hours, what is your 100 years? Tell me. What is your 100 years? Nothing, understand? Then there is a pralaya. Except Brahma Loka, all lokas pralaya will be there. Abhyakta. Then again day of Brahmaji is there. Then Prajapati creates all of them. Like that 100 years. So in that you add 3 zeros. Now that is every day, understand? 360 days for 1 year. In that 100 years. So 336,000. Correct? 36,000 times there is a Srushti and Pralaya. Now calculate the time. And then 100 years of Brahmaji is over, then Brahmaloka Pralaya also will be there, called Maha Pralaya. So that's why Shashwatibhyaha Samabhyaha Vyadadhati. He is Shashwati. Why?
It's long.
Prajapati means Brahmaji, understand? That's why it's called Shashwati. Forever, from our standpoint, he is what? Forever, In his lifetime, 336,000 times there is a Shrushti and Pralaya.
365,000. 1,000, right?
360 and then 100 years.
100 years.
100 years. Lifespan is 100 years. Lifespan. So 36,000. And therefore, Shashwatibhyaha Samabhyaha Vyadadhati. So whatever we are performing, so that means what? All karma phala is coming from Atma, means Jiva. Why? Because you are Atma. You are the one who is giving the karma phala to everybody. So, Nitya Muktaha Ishvaraha. That's why you are what? Nitya Mukta Ishvara you are. Always liberated. Suppose you say, no, liberation, no, I will get liberation. Then what? Anything which is born is gone. Chatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Anything which is born is gone. So if the moksha also is created, you gain moksha, then what will happen? Swamiji's word is what? Born and gone. So mukti also we don't gain. It is nitya mukta. You are nitya mukta, nitya shuddha buddha mukta swabhava. And therefore, you are the one who is giving the existence to Brahmaji also, Prajapati. You are that consciousness because which the Prajapati also is Prajapati. Brahma is Brahma, you are, world is world because you are the one who is giving this satta and smurti, the existence to everything. So now with this Shankaracharya gives this discussion about the karma and upasana and gnana. Knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge doesn't need any karma. But lot of people thinks that we'll do some karma and we'll do some bhakti and some knowledge and I will have a liberations. But Shankaracharya writing this, he proves that what you require for moksha is only knowledge. Knowledge can liberate you. Knowledge doesn't need the help from karma. Karma is required. Why? Chitta shodakam mukti. It helps you. That's why kramena, Shankaracharya, whenever it comes, it says what? Kramena. Because of karma phala, offering to the Ishvara, it gives you the purification of the mind. In that pure mind, you gain the knowledge. Understand? That because of the knowledge, you get liberated. And therefore, here, now next word, yetu karmani karmanishtaha karma kurvante. Those who are totally submerged into karma. Karmataha, they are called actually. Their life is dedicated to the actions. I will do this and I will gain this. So for them, Jiji Vishaha Tebhyaha Idamuchat, and they live their life. They want to live their life. They desire to live life performing different actions. So what is that? So here, because we are talking in Shruti Mata, so Shruti Mata talks about the Shruti Karma. But we have to take it a Laukika also. Any karma. So, Shruti Mata herself is telling, understand, not Shankaracharya is telling. Shruti Mata herself is telling the people, those who have dedicated their life for actions, what is their lot. So, next mantra. Andahtama pravishanti te vidya upasate. Andahtama pravishanti te vidya upasate. Tato bhuya ivate tamoya uvidya gumrataha. Tato bhuya ivate tamoya uvidya gumrataha. Andahtama pravishanti. After visarga, when pa comes, we have to pronounce the pa, pha, va. Andahtama pravishanti. So, Shruti Mata says, Andaha means what? Avidya. The people, those who are not knowing the true nature of the self. Not only Andattamaha. So, they are blinded by the ignorance. Andha means what? Blind. And tamaha means what? Avidya. They are blinded by the ignorance of the self. What will happen? Te avidyam upasate. They are worshipping this avidya. Avidya means, we already said, avidya kama karma. See, you don't know Russian language doesn't create anything. Understand? But not knowing the self creates lot of things. So, because of this ignorance, what happens? Avidya upasate means they have dedicated their life for this kama and karma, artha and kama. But beyond that, tato bhuya iviti. Tato bhuya means what? Even more than that. they are deluded, they are in the darkness, they are blinded, they have dedicated their life for the karma, but people, those who are with the karma performing the upasana, it's called vidya. There is a vidya means knowledge also, but in the Shastra, vidya, another meaning is called upasana, visualization, meditation. And so, in karma, they say that if you want to give the much more result of the karma, then whatever devatas you are offering this ahuti and performing the yajnas, if you meditate upon that devatas, then you will get the much more result than what you get by only action. Understand? So, Shankaracharya says, the Shruti Mata says, those who are Vidyagumrataha. Vidyagumrata means those who have dedicated their life for the meditation upon those devatas, they will go further, means their darkness is what? Deeper. So, bhuya ivate tamaha yaha vidyagumrataha. So, it is darker than what is that? Understand? So why do you say that? Shastra says that when you perform only actions, you get this much result. But with upasana, when you perform the actions, yajnas, then you get the much better, higher result. But here Shruti Mata is doing what? She's criticizing. Understand? Person who is performing action will go to the darkness. But person who is performing action along with the vidya, he will go to darker. Understand? Why? Why do you say? We have to understand this. So Shankaracharya gives this very beautifully that suppose you perform action, okay, only action you are performing, then you get the result. Action. That result will give the janma. That because of the manusya janma, again you will do the action. Then again you will get that. Okay. But when the person is performing the upasana, what happens? He is meditating upon this devata. Understand? That means he has that capacity. He has a capacity to concentrate on that particular devata. So intellectually, he is much higher than that person. So that buddhi has to use where? Understand? See, buddhi is given. Now he has that. So instead of thinking of that devta, if he meditate upon Brahman, meditate upon the self, then he get the result moksha. But instead of that, he is meditating upon that limited devatas. And therefore, what will happen? He will get the better result, but that better result is going to put him in samsara only. So he is not using his intellect. Buddhi is given for what? Not to earn money, understand. Buddhi is given to know the self. That's why Yajnavalkya Muni says what? That Buddhi is given to know the self. When Arjuna said Karpanya dosha, there is a miserliness in my buddhi. What is that? So what is the Krupana? It is called. So Yajnavalkya Muni and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad say, who is Krupana? Who is miser? Etat aksharam aviditva yasmat lokat praiti sakrupana. This buddhi is given to you to understand the true nature of the self. Instead of that, that buddhi you are using somewhere else. And therefore, the person who doesn't uses the buddhi to know that Akshar Brahma and Asmat Lokat Praiti means he leaves this body and goes to other place, he is Krupana. Who is called miser, though he has something he doesn't use for himself or others. Same way, buddhi is given to you to know the self. But that buddhi we use everywhere else. I give always example. That father is surgeon. And in surgery, they use different types of the knives. The different type knives are there and very sharp they are. And he has this 7 years old boy. So one day when he went for the surgery, I think he was looking for that particular knife. There are special knives are there. Then he asked sister, that nurse, where is that knife? Oh, your son has taken that knife. What? He's playing? No, no. He's sharpening his pencil. That's what we are doing. So therefore, though we are given this, we are not using it properly. This human body is meant for what? It is meant for liberation. That's why this human body is called moksha dwara. Moksha dwara means what? It is a door. There are two things you can do in the door. You can enter and you can get out. Now, this human body is a door. Now, you want to enter in samsara or you want to get out of samsara. It's up to you. But people, those who don't use this human body for moksha, that's why I already said, Atmahanaha Janaha, we already saw. They are doing suicide. Why? Because the Lord has given you this human body to get the moksha, to get rid of this sansara, get rid of this birth and death cycle. We don't use it. That's why Bhagavan says, Sabuddhiman Manusheshu. Person who has understood the self as a karta abhokta, he is buddhiman. That means what? Others are not buddhiman. They are buddhiman, but they are not using that buddhi properly. And therefore, all this knowledge and upasanas, everything, actions, everything is given. But action also we have to use properly. If we don't use it properly, the same karma, same upasana. See, upasana we can use for niskam karma also. But we use it for some particular result. Therefore, Shruti Mata herself is criticizing this karma and upasana, which can be used as aid for knowledge. We are using it for the betterment of the life and get the better life after death. And therefore, Shruti Mata is criticizing this karma and shortly I am telling, Shankaracharya has a long bhashya. So, then, why this samunchaya, karma and upasana? So, next mantras, now all this criticism is there. All these mantras are criticizing this. And why? Because Shruti Mata wants to make very clear that knowledge is knowledge and action is action. Don't make any mistake. Karma is a Purusha Tantra based on your will, but knowledge doesn't depend on your will or your wish. So, Shruti Mata herself is making this very clear that what is the result of the karma, what is the result of upasana, and how it can put you again into this life birth cycle. So, tomorrow we'll see the mantra. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutangamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om